Odyssey. The Odyssey is one of the oldest and most famous epic poems written in the 8th century BC by the great Greek poet Homer. No, not Homer want a donut Homer. The real Homer, the Greek Homer, whom he was named after. The poem was written in 24 books and is considered a major key in understanding Greek mythology. The story of the epic is centered around its hero, its protagonist, King Odysseus of Ithaca, who came up with the Trojan horse. That's where you get the saying, "Beware of the Greeks bearing gifts." After the end of the siege of Troy, which lasted for 10 years, the warriors returned home except Odysseus, who was cursed by Poseidon, who turned his journey into a long and agonizing trip that lasted 7 years, during which Odysseus' wife, Penelope, insisted on waiting for her husband's return and refused to marry any of the suitors who wanted her. Odysseus' journey took him to Greece, to one of the most known islands, from Ogygia to Corfu to the lōtophagoi, from fromCumae to Circe to the Strait of Messina and the Aeolian Islands, to toCapri, then to Sicily. But Sicily's not in Greece. It's in Italy. Just thought you should know. And back again to Ithaca. In each island, Odysseus faced many horrors created by the gods, but he also saw many forms of compassion from the other gods. I think this is the common theme of all of these stories that we've talked about, is compassion. Can't get enough of it. The Odyssey epic does not begin by talking about Odysseus, but about his son, Telemachus, from his wife Penelope. Telemachus is the center of the novel. In the first 4 books of the epic, he travels while protected by the great goddess Athena in search of his father, whom he hasn't seen for 20 years. That is, from the day on which the Trojan War started. We should also mention that Odysseus encountered in each island he visited. For example, on his first visit to Ogygia, Odysseus was held captive by the nymph Calypso for 7 years until Zeus sent his son Hermes to release him. No, he didn't get him a discount voucher from the store. This is the real Hermes, not the brand. On the island of lōtophagoi, the inhabitants of the island offered Odysseus their magical lotus flower. It's been said, he who eats from this flower forgets everything and falls in love with the island. In other words, he got high. However, Odysseus succeeded in avoiding this trap and left the island just to fall in the hands of Polyphemus, son of Poseidon, who was a Cyclops. Odysseus succeeds in blinding the Cyclops' eye, which made Poseidon really pissed. After a lot of effort, Odysseus made it to the island of Circe, where the witch goddess Circe lives, hence the name Circe. Circe transformed Odysseus' men into pigs and forced Odysseus to become her lover. Couldn't she just ask him out the normal way? No, wait, she can't, because Odysseus is married to Penelope. Oh, well. But Hermes, son of Zeus, saved Odysseus using a special herb that makes him resist Circe's magic. From there, he went to the Strait of Messina, where he faced the sea snake Scylla, who had 6 heads, and fed on sailors who were unfortunate enough to get lost at sea. Odysseus also faced Charybdis, a monster that swallows huge amounts of water before belching the water back out again and creating large whirlpools capable of dragging ships underwater and drowning sailors. In the Aeolian Islands, Odysseus' sailors open up a bag where Zeus had bound fast the winds. Maybe a bag of gas? Maybe. However, the sailors loosened it and unwittingly let the winds go free and drown the ships. Odysseus then reaches the island of Capri, where he meets the nymphs, who lure sailors to throwing themselves into the sea, kind of like lemmings. Odysseus blocked the sailors' ears with wax so that they can't hear the bewitching song, and tied himself to the mast until he safely reached the island of Sicily. Sicily, or the island of the sun, where he found Apollo's sheep pasture. The sailors ate from the meat of these sheep, which made Apollo pretty dang unbelievably wholly pissed. Apollo was so pissed that he destroyed their ships. From Sicily, Odysseus travels back to Ithaca, where he reconnects with his wife Penelope, who was working on weaving an endless wedding dress. Oh, how romantic. Maybe they saved it for Valentine's Day? Who knows? Odysseus kills all the noblemen who were harassing his wife during dinner, to which he invites them to. Wow, talk about a grudge.